ripeto del Paolo, del quorum potestate d'autoritate economiche, interceda pro nobis ad Domino. Recipus del meritis, beate Maria semper Virgine, beati Michaelis Archangelis, beati Anni Baptis, Sanctum Apostolorum Petris Paulus, Dominum Sanctorum.
I shall send you in disgrace. Your sons are not unknown
open wide, with pierced side. Within defeat, and inner peace, eternal release. When striving cease, stay with me. Pray for me. Arms open wide, with pierced side. Crown of thorns for all my scorn. I feel your breath as you love me to death.
Your words I can feel your venom. One way this can't stand me.
PANTOKRATOR, progressive death metal from Sweden, who come with the weight of the earth, the speed of the winds, the depth of the waters, and the inspiration of the spirit, will be live in conversation at 7 p.m. GMT at facebook.com/Metal Methodist, at Twitter @Metal_Methodist, and on YouTube, Metal Methodist. PANTOKRATOR, in conversation, 7 p.m. GMT, Thursday, the 28th of January 2021.
Hello, good evening, welcome. Wherever you are welcome here. Hello Minister, hello Christian, hello Rachel, hello Clifford. Has the detritus t-shirt arrived yet? Hello Betho, hi John, hi Sandra, hi Gisela, have I said that already? Hi Joyce as well, you snuck in. You're right Nigel, and hello to everybody else who is watching. Cool, thanks for sharing it Christian, that's really appreciated. Hello Wayne. Everybody who's watching and hasn't commented, don't be shy, say hi. Just here to support each other in appreciation of heavy music and faith together during these times. And hello if you're watching it later on from the past. So, tomorrow is the day that the new PANTOKRATOR album is released, people. And there is still plenty of time to go to Nordic Mission, nordicmission.net, and get your hands on it. But more importantly, the absolute honour and privilege of speaking to PANTOKRATOR this evening. And I'm just going to get this out of the way, that I am really nervous. You know that thing when you kind of listen to music and it speaks to you and it supports you spiritually and it's heavy and all those things, and then you actually get to kind of speak to people involved in it. So I'm just putting that out there. But I think it's time we said hello. So there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Evening.
Hiya. Thank you so much for your time. So I mean, just over to you guys, really. I know we kind of talked roughly about what we might talk about, but just want to use the space to hear about you, to hear about the music, and to get the message out there. I mean, so do you want to just introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Well, my name is Richard. I play the drums. I also write some of the music. I live in the southeast parts of Sweden, near a city called Kalmar on the east coast.
Right.
Yeah. So, hi everybody.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, okay. I'm Matthias. I play the guitars in the band, and I live quite close to the other guy there, near Kalmar, Sweden.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing the vocals and writing lyrics. I'm living on the west side, southwest of Sweden, between Malmö and Gothenburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about. I have to confess that for some of us, certainly in the UK, our knowledge of Sweden is probably mainly based on The Bridge, as in that TV drama program. But yeah. So my geography is probably based on that. I was going to ask, how has COVID and the pandemic been in Sweden and for you, particularly as a band during these times, particularly with an album coming out?
Well, we have had the good fortune of not being locked down and put in house arrest. So a lot of people have been sick. A lot of people have died. Like what happens in a pandemic. And the most boring part is not being able to go over to the rest of Europe and play, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I know many of us were at the online Nordic Fest this year, which, it was just in itself to do it was impressive, and I know we all enjoyed your set there.
Thank you.
But again, I mean, what was really cool was actually it meant that some of us who would probably not be able to get over to Sweden at any time really, or would have struggled, actually got to experience it. So it was a real blessing. So yeah, thank you. So I mean, do you want to just tell us a bit about the history of the band since 1996 and how things have evolved to where you are now?
You take that one, Carl.
Oh, long story. Once upon a time, in a little village, there were two boys. It's the one, that one, and me. However, there was they planned a rock or like a pop concert in a Pentecostal church nearby, and there was some guys who were supposed to open for that the main act, and 5 weeks before the gig they split up. So
Oh, wow.
two of them disappeared, and in desperation, I think one of the guitarists asked us if we wanted to join, and we did. And let's say that the music took a quite different turn when we arrived, I think. And that's how it started. I
was going to say, is this just an internet rumor that originally it was almost kind of almost intended to start out as a cover band, but you kind of quickly started doing your own stuff, or?
Yeah, the first it was meant to be the band that we joined was kind of a cover band, and it was short time, and we choose some other covers, and then we started to write.
But I guess you had one or two own songs, even the first two, right?
Yeah, even the first one, yeah.
Yeah, I believe. Very simple one.
So we formed 5 weeks before the gig.
Wow. That is a baptism of fire. And how did the gig go? I guess the rest is history, so it can't have been that bad.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't have to see it today, but...
Okay.
I still remember it because I wasn't part of the band by the time.
Right.
But I was there.
You were there? Wow. Okay.
I was there.
The making of history.
I joined the band a few months later.
Yeah, I joined the band maybe a year later, something like that.
Yeah. So in the autumn of 97, I think you entered the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, since then, there've been several albums, a couple of EPs, some kind of split releases as well. I mean, do you want to kind of talk a bit about maybe, I don't know, either the songwriting process or the sound, or how that has kind of changed, evolved, grown over the years?
I think in the beginning we were heavily inspired by Swedish folk music and tried to incorporate that stuff in our music. But over the years we have moved more towards the classic Swedish melodic death metal sound with our own touch to it. I think.
Yeah. And it is very good.
Thanks.
For those who haven't heard it, I know we've been playing We the People from the new album. That's week in anticipation of tomorrow. But I think certainly there's felt like to me even more of that sort of melodic stuff on this album. Anthemic. And so I confess, my car broke down, and I had someone very kindly come and help me from the kind of breakdown services today, and he saw my T-shirt. He said, "Oh, do you like music?" I said, "Yeah." And then we're talking about what I did for a living, and then I was saying, "Well, I'm talking to this band tonight who are like Swedish progressive death metal." He went, "Oh, right, what did it sound like?" So he sat fixing my car, listening to We the People, and was running off home to listen to it as well. So awesome. So yeah,
cool.
That's that's my good deed for the day. Sorry, go on.
Have you heard the other releases from this album so far? Crossroads and Wedlock.
Yes, yeah, excellent. Yeah, so we may play some later if that's all right. So yeah, and again, I will say this umpteen times this evening, but NordicMission.net people. As soon as you hear it, that's just where you need to go. So I guess the other thing I wanted to ask that, so, for example, your involvement in the film Nemesis Divina and the whole kind of conversation about metal, faith, response, interesting responses from perhaps particularly kind of black metal community. So I'd just be interested to hear what your experience has been as Christians, not just within the Christian metal scene, but within the metal scene. If there's anything you want to share about that.
Yeah, I think in the metal scene, like regularly, Christian or not, it's a lot of people that don't like to be told, what to think and who to be and stuff like that. So there was this guy in Halmstad who made a mayhem documentary,
right?
And after that, he was known as that mayhem guy, and then he decided to, he got so annoyed by that, so he decided to do the Nemesis Divina.
Oh, really?
Light
right.
and Darkness thing, yeah. Right. So, and he's like, I think I know him through Pilgrim mostly. In Chris Moonlight, yeah. They are friends, so I got involved that way, and it's 25 kilometers from here, so.
Right. Oh, okay. So I hadn't picked up on it being the same guy. So yeah, okay. That's interesting. And if people haven't seen
he didn't want to be.
Sorry, go on.
He didn't want to be put in a corner, That guy, he's doing mayhem. No, I can do whatever.
Oh, good for him. That's. I mean, so when kind of touring or playing, is it sort of been on the whole? Is there? Because I know, am I right? You were doing an interview with Sweden Rock magazine on Tuesday. So is that kind of being embraced? Has it always been like that, or is it becoming more open? Are we getting to so for here in the UK, Metal Hammer, I guess, is our equivalent. And I got very excited that was it the last Fit for a King album was reviewed in there, and they didn't mention the fact they were a Christian band or anything about Christianity at all. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Is that because we've got to the stage where good music is good music, and we can appreciate that without either, well, it's not bad for a bunch of Christians, I suppose, which I think previously was the tone that Christian bands got reviewed as. But yeah, just wonder what your experience has been.
Yeah, well, if we talk about the Sweden Rock magazine interview, it was they touched the subject that we were a faith-based band and all that, but it was actually mainly focused on our music and what we have accomplished so far. So it was a really good interview, actually. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, well, I think for those of us not in Sweden, we should be all trying to get online to read it. So
yeah,
if it is, I don't even know if it is online, but I shall have a look.
I'm not sure. I think maybe
the last time I think we were reviewed by Sweden Rock, the review started. Here are the guys who play on the wrong side of the court.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and I think we've always been more welcomed by the Close-Up magazine before, but they don't exist anymore. So
sadly,
but this time it was really nice with the Sweden Rock.
Oh, good. So they've got over it a bit, just embraced the music for what it is. That's awesome. That's awesome. But they kind of didn't retract any previous statements and reviews. No. It's I guess just kind of touching on things like that, whether either from your own personal lives, if you felt comfortable to talk about that, or as a band, but any message for people who are metalheads, but also interested in, drawn to faith, spirituality, or even trying to follow Jesus in some way, but either have a hard time from the church, or from Christians, or equally from their fellow metal loving friends.
Well, my advice would be just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a popularity contest. Not everyone will like you ever. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
for example, I got my first Facebook ban today.
Did you? Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That up.
I hope you did it in style. It was like, if it's going to happen, I'm going to go out in style with this one. No?
And I got it on my name
proud
day.
of it.
Oh yeah, I am. It's a badge of honor. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, we noticed here that through Paul and Marcus just wanting to share the music on the Nordic Mission label, which is fine. They've allowed us to do that. The algorithm on Facebook does not like it. So we have a new saying here: "Rage against the algorithm." Just to try, it just doesn't like music. But there we go. It's yeah. So I mean, I guess above all, just tell us about the new album. I don't know how long you've been working on it, how that was during COVID, and the ability to get together and to record. Just and about any messages on the new album that you really want to kind of get across.
Well, we started working on a new album immediately last year after Incarnate. And we had a lot of songs, and they have been back and forth, and all of that. And then just life happens, and everything comes in between, and time just flies. And then the pandemic came, and maybe because we don't live that far away from each other, so that maybe helped us actually finish the record.
But it was, I think most of it was recorded before the pandemic really hit.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
But then the release got delayed for COVID reasons.
Yeah.
It was originally planned to be released in summertime, I think. First,
2020.
and then in autumn, and then in winter. And now it's now.
Finally.
Well, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
I can hardly wait. Well, yes, I should be down waiting for the post person.
Oh, the sound disappeared.
Oh no, is that all right?
I hear you again now.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, no, I was just kind of saying I should be waiting for the post person to come tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, because I do now. I kind of regret I have to go back to NordicMission.net just in case you'd forgotten, people. Because I'd ordered the CD bundle, and now I have a turntable. So I've got some Crimson Moonlight. I might need Marching Out of Babylon on. On
you
vinyl.
need that on vinyl. It's not really real unless it's on vinyl.
Well, there we are. No, exactly. And it's been so long since I kind of used records, but the little crackle, the whole ritual of holding it and opening it, and actually sitting with lyric sheets and just really getting into it. So it's a payday treat for me, I think.
it certainly looks beautiful. The vinyl.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's me sold. Right.
Yeah.
Form the queue behind me to NordicMission.net, people.
I mean, the worst thing with the vinyl is that you cannot just jump in the songs, and the best thing with the vinyl is that you cannot just jump in the songs. You get the totality of the album. Yeah. So the bad and the good thing are the same, as with many things in life.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I mean, I think so. Obviously, I have had through Marcus very kindly a bit of a sneak peek and a listen ahead of mine arriving tomorrow. But it starts and it hits and it just keeps going. It is, I don't know, the drums, well, the whole production sound, but the drums are just it's fantastic. The sound on it is just incredible. It really smacks you around the face in a good way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so was anything you want to say in terms of you kind of going for a particular, because again it's that thing of an album being a whole thing, which it definitely is, and all of that intentionality behind it, or
Yeah, actually, we wanted to work with Gianni Stefanovic in the mixing process again, because we think he did a really good job on the Incarnate album, and the mastering was handled by Ulf Blomberg at Hoborek in Lund, and he is also a master of what he does. So this album is the best sounding album that we have made so far, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I love the sound on Incarnate. For me, they just sounded the guitars. There's a different sound, because I think, not in a good or a bad way, but just a different sound on the guitars this time. And is that, I don't know how you've done that, but how intentional that is, and all those things.
It's just more of everything.
Okay.
More is more.
That's fine. That's good.
Isn't metal really the only thing that can smash you in the face in a good way?
It could be,
probably,
actually. Yeah. It could be. Well, I don't know. Chocolate bar, maybe, if it was, slightly melted so it didn't hurt too much, maybe. I don't know, but I think metal could be the thing that just gets you. And again, I was going to ask you in terms of some of the again, the anthemic choruses and kind of beautiful harmonies and things. How again did that come about? How was that done?
I think that was the natural step for our songs on this album, to have more of incorporate more of the clean vocals and also the choir stuff. It really lifts these songs to the next level.
They become anthems.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I remember, was it Marching Out of Babylon that you pretty much ended Nordic Fest with?
Yeah.
And yes, that was very much a goosebump kind of moment. It was just, I mean, people, it's almost reducing you to tears. It is beautiful and anthemic and inspiring, and it's so good.
Thank you.
I mean, so in terms of actual recording process, is this been longer because of those extra things, or I know it's been hit by COVID a little bit, like we said, but in terms of actual writing and recording process,
we have recorded everything ourselves.
Right.
We get gather here where I live. We have our meeting ground here and the studio rehearsal. So we just meet here and we record it. I have a lot of ideas, and the other guys brings in their ideas with harmonies and stuff like that. And when you are going to have clean vocals and choirs and stuff like that, it of course it requires a lot more work put into to make it sound good. But it's well worth it.
Yeah, no. Well, from a fan and listening point of view, absolutely, it's phenomenal. So I don't know if it's Paul or Marcus or Vettel asking you about cake, Carl.
Yeah,
cake.
Marcus wants cake.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See, I used to work in a cake
have no
factory.
Cake for him.
No. All right. Unlucky. I worked in a cake factory. It puts you off cake for life. Oh.
Yeah.
Again, I know we've been going a while, so I won't keep you too long, but thank you again. I was just going to ask, particularly, so I don't know if this is the case in other countries in Europe where, say, particularly black metal has been, but certainly here in the UK, sort of more kind of extreme metal has ended up sometimes getting very, very close to, certainly being nationalistic, and so to hear We the People and the little sample of Martin Luther King was just really, really encouraging for me, and to be able to kind of play that to some of my friends who like some of the bands that I won't mention from this country, but yeah, who kind of have a very different view. But I guess not only the message of the song itself, but that sample in itself in response to Black Lives Matter, but within the metal scene, is, I think, really quite prophetic and powerful. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you just want to talk a bit more about perhaps that particular song or the message behind it.
Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, yeah. It felt urgent, the message. I don't think I can explain that better than the lyrics does, But it's like, it's about not just handing over all our rights and stuff like that for pretty much for security or for it's not worth it. You got to live life, and when if our governments have too much power, it's because we have given them too much power. So that's like in the song, it's our choice and our shame when we sell our rights for bread and games.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much what it's about, the song.
Yeah.
And it's not written during COVID. It's written before.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Okay. Right.
The timing for the release of that song was just we couldn't believe it, actually, because the days before at the riots at the Capitolium, all that.
So the fact that it was prophetic in every sense of the word, let alone
in somehow.
That's amazing. Oh wow, that's got to be a God thing. But yeah, wow. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to get across to me?
No, you ask the questions.
Well, okay, so I reckon I've completed my list of questions. But oh no, Jonas is here. Excellent.
No.
So can we just take a moment? So I have been growing my beard, and I've been under pressure to cut it, and I've refused to cut it until I have spoken to you, because I knew between you have some fantastic face furniture in your beards. So can we just have a moment to appreciate the beardage?
Of course.
There we go. Fantastic. Hooray for beards. Yeah. So thanks for joining, James. You're right.
Sorry?
I lost the sound.
Thank you for joining us. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Captain Blackbeard.
Wacky. Yeah. I was in another meeting, so I was a bit late to join in.
No, it's really, really kind of you to hop on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you. I was going to ask, because I know in the kind of some of the band photos, is it you, Matthias, who's got the Horde t-shirt?
The Horde t-shirt.
Yeah, I believe it's me who has the Horde t-shirt on the.
Is that? I mean, surely a Horde t-shirt is like gold dust, isn't it? I don't know. I think only released one album, and I know Christian's here from Christian Metal t-shirts somewhere. So whether they're still available, I don't know. I did see it and went, ooh, that's rather nice. So,
yeah.
I'm just thinking, Ricky, is there a particular football team that you support?
Not really. Yeah,
I've always heard he's into Arsenal.
Okay.
Dude, don't swear.
So I confess that I'm a Notts County fan.
Notts County.
The oldest and worst league football team in the world.
Oh, we have to cut the interview right here, right now.
Yeah. Well, that's why my beard has gone black and white. You see, so I just value your prayers during this. So thank you.
Okay.
Oh dear. But so again, just remind people, the album's out tomorrow. It is Marching Out of Babylon. It is available from NordicMission.net, and it is an absolute powerhouse. of an album. And again, I know you very kindly, so we do like a Sunday service here, and you very kindly let us use the lyrics from Revolution within that. But again, lyrically, again, on this album, both in terms of challenge for church, community, disciples, all of us, but also, just being able to actually worship through it as well. So please do check it out.
I think probably Revolution is kind of the father of We the People in a way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can hear that. Well, it's interesting. So I kind of follow the Methodist Church here. We have a kind of set reading for the day, and I thought, well, I'll look what it is for today, and it is the Beatitudes. So we shall be reading that from the Metal Bible, obviously, people from Metal Bible International.com, and we shall also be reflecting on it through the lyrics of Revolution. As a Monday for all of us. But
Sweet.
Well, listen, just thank you so much for your time, and at least one person, Tim, is appreciating the beard, so that's good.
Yeah.
But it's the organisation Tim works for that I'm going to now cut mine off for to raise money for him. So
Okay.
I think I might do it over some sellotape, so I can kind of sticky tape, so I can just catch the bits and shave it off and put it back on again. Maybe, I don't know.
Go, let's try.
But listen, thank you all. I just really pray and hope that whether it's in response to the article in Sweden Rock and the album itself,
thank you.
You are blessed through it as you bless us through your music. And I just wish you all the best for the future. And thank you so very much for your time. And I shall stop being a fanboy now. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
It's okay.
Cool.
Can I just add one more thing?
Of course you can. Yeah.
If you want to support the band directly, you can head over to our Bandcamp and buy the album digital over there.
Okay.
In that way, you support.
And if you want
directly.
to support Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to find the delete button there. That's the exit button. So, do you want to give us? Well, yeah. Do you want to give us the address for your Bandcamp?
Ooh, yeah. Could we?
Wait,
can you post it?
I'm just going to do some Google foo. I know I've been on it.
Okay.
Va?
Do you know the address? Bandcamp site?
One moment. We come prepared.
I want to say PANTOKRATOR.bandcamp, but I don't trust myself.
No, I don't think it's.
Official PANTOKRATOR.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just bear with me 1 second. By the power of technology. Because everyone can see Nordic Mission on my t-shirt, so they won't forget that bit. So, trying to type under pressure, it's not going well. I spelled that right. Official PANTOKRATOR.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
Are you showing off the vinyl again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the art, oh man, the artwork is just amazing by Timon Kokot in Germany.
Right.
So we just had to mention him as well because his work is outstanding.
Thank you. So,
are you seeing the artwork?
Yes. Oh yeah. Fantastic. Just a minute. If I can, oh no, I haven't. Sorry, I thought I'd uploaded the album cover as just a picture, but I didn't. Never mind. But yes, but now there are many places people you can go and have a good look at that artwork as you buy the album at officialpantokrator.bandcamp.com and at nordicmission.net. So thank you guys again.
Thank you.
So just every blessing for the future, and hopefully one day, so of us over here in the UK will if you don't get to Sweden, we might see you somewhere where you'll play, where we can get to.
We have done it. We can do it again.
Fantastic. Yeah. Can't wait. But thank you all.
Thank
and
you.
Just to say, so in terms of leaving, when you're ready, if you just, I think you just press the off button, and I should carry on talking to myself.
It's a little X and it says leave.
That's handy. That's handy. Yeah. So I've never been on the other side of this, so I never quite know how it works, but that's cool.
Cool.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Take care. God bless.
Bless
Bye.
you. Bye. So thanks again to Carl and to Matthias and to Jonas and to Ricky from PANTOKRATOR. How awesome was that? And I'm going to go and calm down a bit now. So I think we should listen to something. Well, I think we ought to listen to some PANTOKRATOR, really. It's just only seems right. Let's go here.
I am the people.
Wow, awesome. So thank you for those who are joining us and have come to kind of hear from Pantokrator. You're very welcome to stick around. So we're kind of going to do a time of metal compline, so evening prayer metal style. So feel free to comment whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, and I'll share those comments here. One of the things we try and do is just look back over the day that has been and maybe just capture out of everything, the good and the bad, maybe just one thing, maybe several things, but one thing for which we are thankful for, something that has given us hope, something that has lifted our soul and our spirits and given us a glimpse and a reminder that we are not alone, that God is with us. And it'd be awesome if you want to share what those things are. And as is our tradition, we offer that thanks by saying Tusen, because it just sounds more well, it sounds better, and it allows us to think of Viking metal, and just being more about it. So, what today has made you say Tusen? I'd love to find out. And as we do, the liturgy for our prayers this evening is unsurprisingly all going to come from lyrics from Pantokrator. Saz, I invite you to share what has made you say Tusen today. These words from the song Divine Light. Lord El Shaddai, we pay thee homage. We thank thee for thy gift of love. New life is growing everywhere, bursting through the concrete walls of man. Lord El Shaddai, all honor belongs to thee. You are the artist. All beauty sprang from thee, and thy kingdom will last forevermore. So, what today has made you say Tusen? And also, I forgot to do this as we kind of gather and move into our prayer space. Whoops, sorry everybody.
As moon rises, the sun slips sight, begins the ritual of this night, for those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left. From near and far, come as you are to this place and embrace this space as darker hue embraces you. Of water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here, you, me, and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
Yes, put yourself in the stream, James. It helps. Oh, yes, it does. Thanks, Nigel. Thankful, Tusen Takk, for Cliff Festival here in the UK. It's happening online. That it's happening. It's happening online. Hurrah! Upset that it's Upset again that it's had to be cancelled as an event in person. Yeah, absolutely. Again, just that sense of being together in worship and support and fellowship. Yeah. Tusen Takk from Joyce for her time at private prayer in church this morning. Joyce, it's fantastic. Good. I'm glad it was a Tusen Takk moment between you and God. Tusen Takk, yay from Catherine, feeling more human today. Absolutely, and quick COVID testing kits at work. I'm still waiting for my result. Absolutely, knowing LNH are doing well. Amen. And thank you everybody for prayers over the recent months for H&L. Tusen Takk from Ari, that I've gone back to doing things in the right order, even though I didn't do it initially. Sorry, Ariane. Gisela, Tusen Takk. 8 weeks ago today was the first time you joined Metal Compline, and it's fantastic with PANTOKRATOR. Wow, that's awesome to hear. Is it 8 weeks, Gisela? That's fantastic. And again, just thank you for being part of it. And just, it still blows my mind that we're able to connect across the world as people of faith and people who love metal, and to support each other and pray with and for each other. And to have you part of it is Tusen Takk for you being part of it. Okay. From Rachel, Tusen Takk for the Who? The Sheffield United getting their second win of the season. Yep, you won't be going down without any points. Yep. Don't worry, there's plenty of room for you in the same league as Notts County, who are now the oldest non-league club. Absolutely, and also with you, Tim. Yeah, absolutely, Gisela, absolutely. Nigel, in terms of Gisela joining, amen. But also today, wherever we are in the world, as well as stuff to be thankful for, perhaps there's been stuff that has been tough, that has hurt, where we've caused hurt even unintentionally, where we, there's stuff we regret, there's stuff we want to turn away from and turn back to God in relation to. If there are those things, then we can lay them down. If there's things that are heavy, the regret and the guilt that we don't need to carry anymore, that is the message of God in Jesus. That is the good news, people. We don't need to carry it anymore. So we can lay it down. And if there's stuff we're carrying that feels heavy because it's concern for others or situations in the world, then maybe just for this time, for this night, we're able to lay that down and rest in the everlasting arms of grace with God and each other. So we lay those things down now.
The principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regrets and the regrets, the burdens and fears, the lament and the tears. I lay them down.
So I think for me, laying down just general anxiety and thinking of and praying for all those who struggle with anxiety. But these lyrics from the song Where Lilith Found Her Peace by PANTOKRATOR, obviously. Into the wilderness I must go, wilderness of the earth where Lilith found her peace, where restless spirits roam, battleground of the soul. In the void I will face only what I brought, the abyss of my soul. And yet, battleground of the soul, in the void I will find only what I seek, the Saviour of my soul. So may the peace of the All-Parent be yours this night. So a reading. I've already told you what it's going to be, haven't I? Sorry. So from Luke chapter 6, starting at verse 20. Then Jesus turned to his disciples and said, God blesses you who are poor, for the kingdom of God is yours. God blesses you who are hungry now, for you will be satisfied. God blesses you who weep now, for in due time you will laugh. What blessings await you when people hate you and exclude you and mock you and curse you as evil because you follow the Son of Man. When that happens, be happy, leap for joy, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, their ancestors treated the ancient prophets that same way. But to you who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who hurt you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, offer the other cheek also. If someone demands your coat, offer your shirt also. Give to anyone who asks. And when things are taken away from you, don't try to get them back. Do to others as you would like them to do to you. So just welcome kind of responses to that reading in comments via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. What was that? How do we hear those words of Jesus today where we are? And it was interesting. I said, my car has broken down. A very nice man, and it was a man this time from the AA came and sorted it. But we had an awesome conversation about music and about faith. And him saying, I feel I try and live a Christian lifestyle, but I don't go to church. I've never kind of felt the need to or drawn to be part of a worshipping community in a building. But yet, he's just kind of saying, well, I just try and care for people. And that's, if we all just try and care for each other, then the world will be a better place. So, thank you and bless you for sorting out my car, but it was awesome to meet you. I don't know why I'm addressing you as if you're watching this, but I'm Tusen Takk for you. I'm thankful for you today and for who you are and how you seek to live and the impact that has in the community, as well as the way in which you do your job as a form of ministry. And also, fair play for your awesome taste in music, my friend. But so I guess hearing that reading, a question is, those challenging words, love your enemies. So how are we practicing generosity towards other people, even when it's really challenging and difficult, either because of the cost to us or because of the behaviour of others? And, I'm just aware, alongside the conversation that we had with Tim Baker the other night from All We Can, the Methodist Relief and Development charity here in the UK, but working with partners across the world in some of the most disadvantaged areas. And this thing of justice, and again, that idea of if someone asks you to carry their pack, a Roman soldier, don't carry it for 1 mile, carry it for 2. Not just about being really nice, but actually there's some justice there. It's turning the tables, changing the power balance, because actually then they would have broken the law by allowing you to do that for 2 miles, not 1, because the law only allowed you to ask for a pack to be carried for 1 mile. So how do we practice generosity to others when it's really challenging and difficult? And how can we balance justice and generosity? Do we need to balance justice and generosity? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments. Excuse me. And as we do, some music, so we've got time to think and to comment, or anything else you want to share, and anything in response to that reading. So having played one song by PANTOKRATOR, I've already upset the Facebook algorithm. So let's continue to rage against the algorithm with Crossroads from PANTOKRATOR.
Crossroads
Monica, greetings. It's awesome to have you here. I hope I've said your name okay. But yeah, cool. Awesome to be connected across the miles in the middle of the pandemic between here in the UK and Costa Rica, via Sweden and Germany and Norway and America. Awesome. We the people. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, how are we practicing generosity? How can we? How might we? And how might we encourage each and support each other to do that, even when it's towards people who we find challenging, who are anything but generous towards us? And is there a need to balance justice and generosity? So it's not about being a doormat, I think is what I'm trying to say. In the words of Revolution from Pantokrator, show mercy, but never bow. Yeah. So thanks, Catherine. Practicing kindness towards your noisy and inconsiderate neighbours. Yes, they are, over the years. And it is years. It's not been easy. No, it's not. But it's paid off a little. So I hope that bit kind of just encourages you a bit. Thanks for sharing that. And inspiring in terms of your resilience and perseverance. I know it's not easy, but may we continue to uphold you in prayer as you continue to do that. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. Love that. Justice and generosity. I think the two are entwined. As we show generosity, we enable justice. Yeah, because again, I mean, we talked about this in relation to forgiveness, and sometimes forgiveness actually, I don't know, I still think forgiveness is a process rather than I forgive you, end of. I think, certainly in my life, I have to re-forgive others and myself for stuff I've done or experienced, but something about forgiveness actually releases us. Or allowing, forgiving somebody else releases us from, even over time and repeatedly doing that process, releases us from the hold, the actions and things that others have on us and the impact that's had on us. It frees us. And I wonder if there's something about that with generosity, Tim, as well. Like you're saying, that maybe if we are generous, it kind of it pulls the rug out a bit. It floors people a bit because they're behaving in this way, and you just cover it with kindness. And again, the resilience and the resource within yourself and through supporting each other in prayer to keep doing that in some situations is immense, and it's a long process potentially, absolutely. But maybe in that it highlights the injustice in the other person's act, whether that's at an individual or at a community or even state level. So here in the UK and in Europe, with the European Union, I think it's a prime example, isn't there? So for whatever reason, the European Union is saying they haven't got enough of one particular vaccine and asking for some for Britain. And I'm not quite sure what our response has been, but so far there hasn't been of course we'll be really generous with what we've got. And I know it's a pandemic, and I know it's people's lives, and everyone is scared, and everyone is wanting to protect citizens of their nation, but what would be just and generous in this situation? I don't know, and don't get me wrong, politicians having to make those calls, I don't envy them, but I guess I kind of hope that we all, whatever we do, whether it's in our own lives, our families, our work, our community, even if you're in charge of a government, might just think about justice and generosity. Maybe they are things to hold together, which I hadn't really thought of until this evening. So thank you. That's really helpful. I think I need to go and think more about. Showing generosity to a boy who won't brush his teeth. Right, everybody, at the top of your voice, we need a death metal Arian brush your teeth, please. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arian, brush your teeth. Otherwise, okay, Rick from Pantokrator is going to come round and make you watch Liverpool. You have been warned, sunshine. Is there anything we want to offer as and for prayer this evening? again, perhaps issues of injustice, situations where we're struggling to be generous, situations in the life of countries in the world where generosity would seem a really Jesus thing at the moment. So yeah, what is it we bring as and for prayer this evening? And again, some more music as I leave some space for you to offer what you bring as and for prayer as a comment on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter. And so yeah, let's have some music from Brazil, or Venezuela via Brazil, which is about as close as I've got music wise in here for Costa Rica. But sorry, Monica, I hope this is all right. Let's celebrate our globalness when he finds it. Yes, okay. It's going so well. There it is. This is FG. Oh, I love the riffs on that, Philippe. Bless you. And hopefully, before too long, Philippe and maybe Aaron as well might come and talk to us. Aaron again, but Philippe for the first time from over in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, as they are collaborating. Anyway, sorry, get my head out of that riff. We pray. Thanks, Nigel. Yeah, we pray for churches struggling to fill jobs that must be done. Yes. And, you know, I know there are conversations, certainly I'm aware of at all sorts of levels within churches and the Methodist Church about how we enable that and use the resources we have to make that manageable and possible, and so that we also might have a local church level energy to be disciples in our communities, to be salt and light. So and prayers for all those who are doing those jobs at the moment, and probably several jobs in my experience. It's a few people doing a lot of the jobs and as volunteers. So love and prayers and thanks to them. And people like you, Nigel, yes. And to Angela as well. And we pray again for those situations where we pray there might be justice in the world and also a generosity towards each other. Especially, post-Brexit, pandemic, trying to get enough vaccines, it's very easy to, again, put up walls and borders. Having just said goodbye to one of the biggest bricks in the wall. Hope springs eternal, but yeah, that's every level of society and life. Let's try and be generous, caring towards each other. I do think it's the only way we're going to get through this. And as I said in lockdown 1, I think we all said there were glimpses of maybe us learning something and growing and having, valuing people we hadn't valued and jobs we hadn't valued and looking out for each other at a community level. I know some of that is still happening, but let's just pray for a re-emergence and sustaining of that. That would be another sign of the kingdom that is, as well as the kingdom that will fully be on earth as it is in heaven. And pray for people like Catherine, just that you continue to feel well, for H&L, continuing to recover and to be well in the long term. And for events, whether it's Nordic Fest, Meltdown, Greenbelt, Glastonbury, Download, whatever, events, things that feed us, make us feel alive, connect us with others, that again are going to be online this year, and I'm recognising what that means for people, and that can be tough. And prayers for Paul, for Marcus, for Ashley and the team at Cliff College here, all those who are involved in actually putting those events online this year, and for their heart to bless us by doing it alongside a lot of work. And for all those things that we daren't or can't name out loud, that are also in our hearts for prayer. Let us pray.
To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come, your will be done, as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. Amen. So look, thank you so much for joining. We're not quite done yet, but whether you've been on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, thanks again, absolutely, to PANTOKRATOR and to Paul and to Marcus at Nordic Mission. But I want to kind of end with sharing some, I think, our collectively here's favourite lyrics that happen to be from PANTOKRATOR by a happy coincidence. It echoes the reading we heard tonight, but just to encourage us in that justice and generosity. the words from the song Revolution by Pantokrator.
Some words from the band Pantokrator and the song Revolution. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are the ones that mourn. They will be leaping with joy. Forgive the unforgiving. Love your enemies. Rise above in mercy, but never bow. I have made you royal. I share my throne with you. Come, I will bring you revolution. It begins in the hearts of man. The light shines in darkness, and the dark cannot prevail. I ask you to believe, not to understand. Blessed are the humble of heart. They will inherit the earth. Blessed are the bringers of peace. They are the children of God. You will rise from the ashes of this age, and behold the rising of the never-setting sun. Blessed are you when men despise you, persecute and criticize you for the sake of my name. You are the salt of the earth, the light of the world, the city upon the hill forged in fire and in blood. You are the dawn, the voice of the world beyond.
And from the song, Amidst the Wolves, again by Pantokrator, these words of God to each and every one of us. I give you the heat of fire. I give you the speed of the wind. I give you the depth of the ocean.
May the peace of the All-Parent be ours this night, and with all people and all creation in the time that is to come.
And now the notices. Two notices. First notice is tomorrow evening from maybe not 6, because that was quite a lot, but maybe kind of 6:30. Plan to be kind of start a bit early. I won't start the Compline, won't start the prayer bit until 7 as normal, but just to play some tunes. So probably some Pantokrator, some Detritus, and many others. Maybe some Frost Hardier as well. But tomorrow night from about 6:30 to lead us into prayers at 7. Not the Friday Rock Show from 6:30 tomorrow, ahead of the He Will Rock You radio show at Cornerstone Christian Radio at 10 o'clock tomorrow night with Aaron V. Graham. Another chance probably to hear his new song, Don't Bow Down. So that's tomorrow night. And on Saturday at 7 o'clock, Henrik and Jeanette Larsson from Metal House One Ministries in Sweden, part of our, having heard from Pantokrator from Sweden tonight, part of our Pantokrator, yes, definitely Pantokrator, but our Sweden takeover this week, 7 o'clock, they're going to update us on the ministry of Metal House One. So we can, again, hear from them, be encouraged by them, and pray with and for the work that God is doing through them in the metal community of Sweden. So thank you all. Thank you all if you've joined for the first time to kind of hear from Pantokrator. It's been fantastic to be with you, to connect with you in Sweden, in Norway, in Costa Rica, in Brazil, in America, as well as here in the UK and in Germany and elsewhere. So thank you. We're here every night at 7 o'clock GMT on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. So if it wasn't complete disaster for you and you never want to, I can understand if you don't see this face again, but you are always welcome here, whoever you are, whatever your taste in music, but obviously the heavier the better. So Blisters and Others. In tribute to the air raid siren himself, Mr. Bruce Dickinson, in every live Iron Maiden concert, or Bruce Dickinson concert, since the year dot, sway for me, Metal Compline. Sway for me, Metal Compline. Sway with me, Metal Compline.